Hello gentlemen, I'm Akif Nawaz, and after watching this video you will have a clear idea that what prescriptive grammar is, why prescriptive grammar is used, and why things need to be changed in a language. So we'll be discussing all of them one by one in detail. Make sure to watch this video at the end, and I promise that you will have a clear idea about this particular topic. Now, one more thing about those who are preparing for university exams, I mean the students of linguistics. So this is the second topic of chapter number 7, and here you can prepare it well. Now, before wasting any more time, let's get started. So the first thing is what prescriptive grammar is. Now, if you remember, we had discussed in our previous video that grammar is the set of rules and regulations. So we can simply say that this grammar is a set of rules. Set of rules of what? Of a language. Now, these set of rules are identified and understood in order to use a language properly. Now, if you don't know these rules and regulations, definitely you will have problems in terms of speaking and also in terms of writing. Now, that is related to grammar. But what prescriptive grammar is? Simply, we can say that rules and regulations that are written by experts, that are written by grammarians, is called as prescriptive grammar. Now, why this prescriptive grammar is important? Because it tells people how they should speak and they should write. Now, whenever we are producing language, we produce language through two ways, either through speaking or through writing. So, whenever you are speaking and writing, make sure to keep all the rules and regulations intact in order to be considered as a person who is an expert in English language. So that's it. That is about prescriptive grammar. Now, let's dig deeper into the detailed discussion. Here, there are some common prescriptive rules. It means that those rules that are prescribed, that are written by grammarians. So let's get going about the first one. The first one is never to split infinitives. If you remember, we had a discussion on infinitive. So if you have any problem in that, the link will be in the description. So make sure to watch and to understand what do we mean by infinitives. But let's discuss this first rule, never to split infinitive. Now, if you remember, if you look at these examples, to boldly go. Now, to go is an infinitive, but this boldly is written in between, that is an adverb. So, according to the rule, we are not supposed to split this infinitive, to go. So that's why we can say that the first common rule is to never split infinitive. Rather, make sure to use both of them together in a sentence. I like to go. Now, to go is an infinitive and we have used it together. Now, the second rule is never end a sentence with a preposition. Now, we know we have a lot of prepositions like in, on, for, about, etc. and etc. So whenever you are writing a sentence begins with a capital alphabet and it ends on a period, on a full stop. So make sure whenever you are ending a sentence, you must not end your sentence with a preposition. So these are the two prescribed rules and we have to follow them. The next rule is that don't start a sentence with an. So whenever you are coming up with sentences, coming up with ideas, whether you are talking or you're writing, make sure not to start your sentence with an, because this an is a conjunction and conjunctions are used in order to connect either words, phrases, means on lower level. And if you are connecting sentences or paragraphs or ideas, make sure to use transitional devices. Transitional devices are therefore, furthermore, consequently, firstly, secondly, thirdly, and I have made a video on transitional devices as well. So if you have any problems in there, the link will be in the description for you to follow. And the fourth rule is that whenever you're talking about yourself and the other person, make sure to mention the other person first. Like the example, say, my family and I. Now, my family is the other individuals who you are talking about. So make sure to talk about them first and then mention yourself instead of saying me and my family. So, in most of the Facebook posts, you would have seen that people are coming up with this caption, me and my friends. So, it is academically and on the basis of English rules and regulations, it is incorrect. It must be my friends and I. So, that is some of the common rules that we have discussed so far. Now, we'll move forward. Now, the question is why understanding prescriptive grammar matters and why it's important for us. Firstly, there are linguistic etiquettes. So, whenever you are eating, so there are dining table etiquettes. Whenever you are wearing something, there are wardrobe etiquettes. You must know what to wear, how to wear, and there are certain occasions where you have to dress appropriately. And there are people who ask others before going to the party that what is the dress code. So that's why certain things are really important for us. And in order to use a standard English language, we have to follow these etiquettes, these rules and regulations in order to express ourselves in the best possible way. Secondly, it's a part of formal writing. Means if you are talking to others, so in spoken language, although they matter, but not that much. But when it comes to writing, and specifically to formal writing, whether you are writing in an exam, whether you are writing an application, an email, an essay, a research paper, and specifically academic writing, you have to follow these rules because there are individuals who will judge you. That individual can be your examiner, can be your teacher, can be your supervisor, can be your principal. It can be anyone in a formal setting, in a professional environment. And these individuals will judge you. And on the basis of that, they will have a mental image of yours that whether you are well educated, an average person, or you're not that much educated. So make sure to have these rules. Now, importantly, there are certain rules that may not fit in English language. Why are they not fitting in? Just because of the fact that language is in the continuous process of change. And if a language is not changing, it dies at the end of the day. This is the age of technological advancement. By each passing day, new words and new inventions are introduced and they are given names. For example, we have SIM, we have Wi Fi, we have mobile phone, we have laptop. But when it comes to our local languages, we don't have such words for these specific items that I mentioned. I hope you would have got the idea, but if I have to summarize prescriptive grammar, I would say that rules and regulations of a language that are prescribed and devised is called prescriptive grammar. Prescriptive grammar is important in order to follow these linguistic etiquettes. These are the part of both spoken and written language, and people will judge you on the basis of that. I hope that you would have understood what prescriptive grammar is. Now, if you have liked this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and colleagues.